means
It was not
pristine.
100% pristine, but it was in very good shape.
They have test shot other bullets of the same or similar caliber
That held together
through the
Similar
same
material,
bone and
whatever.
material, etc.
It wasn't 100% pristine, but it was in pretty good shape.
They never came out with more bullet material than would add up to the 2 bullets that did the damage, right?
Well,
the problem is how could one bullet do that much spreading and damage?
And still come out 88%. Let's just say 88%
Well, like I said,
pristine.
other bullets have done the same thing and came out
They've done
basically
too.
in the same state by test.
Do you think it's logical, even though it's possible, do you think it's logical that somebody with the enemies that Kennedy had would be killed by somebody who didn't hate him?
Yes, I do.
It's possible, but is it
Well, here's another
logical?
irony.
I think it's plausible. I think it's probable if you look at the psychology as an individual
Right,
of
right.
Lee
If you
Harvey
piece it all
Oswald.
together, it adds
You
up.
can't just say CIA, FBI.
Lee Harvey
this, that.
Oswald
You
actually
have to-
liked Kennedy.
That's what I'm saying. So wouldn't it be
But
more
he-
likely that somebody who hated Kennedy kill him?
Not if you put together the pieces of what he did originally. Was he was doing a strike against capitalism. What's
Sure.
the biggest strike you could do is take out a president. Remember, that adds up to why he wanted to take out this other right-wing guy. He wanted
Walker.
to strike back against capitalism. That failed. If that was successful, in my opinion, you wouldn't have the JFK shooting. He would have been happy. He would have been satisfied. I did my deed.
That's
You know?
a
But
good
I'm just
point.
saying
That's a
that-
good point. That's a
that
good point.
psychology that
That's
you're
a good
talking
point.
about, all pieces together as to why he would do it and how he was able to do it.
I'll make a small disagreement with that.
Yeah.
If Nixon had been there, he also would have been shot. If any president of the United States, liberal, conservative, middle of the road,
Because of Oswald's mindset.
because of Oswald's mindset, exactly. The fact that it was Kennedy just happened to be because Kennedy was president of the United States. Any president, liberal, conservative,
Anybody that
middle
was
of the road.
president at that time, he would have taken out
Yeah.
because he wanted to make
If
a
it had
strike.
been Obama,
He wanted to
would
make a
have taken him out.
statement. He's like almost like Al Qaeda, making a statement against Americanism and capitalism. He just wanted to make a statement
Did you tell me already? Did we discuss this? Why didn't Oswald shoot Kennedy when he was coming down Houston?
because this is an easier shot.
No, we didn't discuss it, but he's absolutely right. It's an easier shot.
If you've been up to that
And,
window, it's a pretty easy. If you're going to make a shot, that's where you'd make it. And with the
Even though
scope,
there's a tree there?
the tree, he's clear right about here. This is right when he's. If you go
And
up there,
why would the
have you
first
been up
shot?
there?
Why would the first? Yes, sir. But when I was up there, they had the glass encasing, so I wasn't right at the window.
You get
It's
right-
cased in glass,
You
yeah.
get up right to the next one over. And it's a straight shot.
Why wouldn't?
yeah.
Why would the first shot miss? When I would think that would be the best shot because he doesn't have to cock and reload.
Well, people are human, and there's 3 shell casings, and there were 3 shots. So that goes against any theory about it being multiple shots. And there was a guy that experienced the spray of the concrete in his face that he admitted to.
I can answer your question, by the way. First of all, it was the first shot, and he was undoubtedly nervous. Secondly,
The enormity of the situation.
enormous situation. Secondly, as this gentleman said, it was a more difficult shot. The third shot, that was the bullseye, was
At the best point.
from a rifleman's point of view, the easiest shot.
Why?
Because
Because there was a target moving away from you, and you could just set a bead on it and hit
Yeah.
the bullseye.
yeah.
It was just an easier shot.
So what do you say?
Oh, it's a lone gun. It's one guy. And if you take a look at all the personality of the guy, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm no big expert on this, but everything I followed, I'm always waiting to hear this one piece of information that says no, and everything's adding up to one person, and all the evidence shows it's one person. And the reason why nobody wants to give that as the option is they don't want to agree that one guy could actually do this. And they're coming with all these other reasons: the mob, LBJ, CIA, the FBI,
Texas
Hoover,
oil men.
Everybody, just because, he wasn't liked by everybody, and nobody likes everybody. Hell, look at Obama today. I mean, how many people hate his guts on the other
And
side?
you're not going to see him in an open motorcade.
Yeah. So
You can forget
and
that.
you know what? No matter who's president,
Yeah.
40 to 50% of the people are gonna not necessarily hate your guts, but not want you in office.
Right.
That's just the way America is, right?
And I have one thing to add to that. You asked me, I don't know what you asked me, but
About coming down
when
Houston
there's
Street.
monumental event, whether it's 9/11, the assassination of
Right.
Kennedy,
The
World War
birthers,
I,
the truthers,
whatever,
yeah.
There are always conspiracy
Right,
theories.
sure.
Do you
The
believe
birthers-
about this 9/11 being an American plot? Come on, and people will bring that up. And the other reason why it's alive and well is because people can make money on it.
Well, I can believe, although I don't believe George Bush said, okay, Al-Qaeda, come on and hit us. I can believe you can have intelligence and not maybe act on it as strongly as you could, because we have evidence of that for Roosevelt and the Japanese attack against Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. You know,
Who's to say
I will
that Roosevelt
personally
didn't?
tell you this.
Go ahead.
When I heard, and I'm not proud of this, but when I heard Reagan was shot, I kind of smiled. But then I didn't want him dead. But
Right.
it was just this statement of, oh, good, maybe he'll be out of office. You know, but I would never want him shot. But that was my human reaction, like, really? You know, and of course I didn't wish anything bad on him. But that's just, you know, everybody
Right.
has those feelings, you just don't act on them.
But who's to say that Roosevelt, knowing that we were in a depression and he was trying to pull us out with the New Deal, but the Supreme Court was blocking a lot of his New Deal legislation. So who's to say that FDR didn't maybe not press the intelligence against Japan as hard as he could have in order to, because we were allies with England and they were being killed by Germany at the time, by the Luftwaffe. So who's to say that FDR didn't say, well, you know, implicitly, if not explicitly, well, let's let the Japanese bomb Pearl Harbor and that'll get us in the war.
Theory about that, but I don't
I
think
don't know all the facts of that case, but regardless, Japan had planned well in advance to bomb Pearl Harbor, which is an act of war.
Right.
And as to whether or not, we had
I will say this.
pre-intelligence
that was
beside the
that
point.
was the ticket he was looking for, because he needed a way to get America.
That's my
Japan
point. That's my
wanted
point.
to go to war with
And that
And
might
you-
have been
and
Bush's
you know-
reasoning to get us into Iraq, even though the Iraqis had nothing to do, as far as
Yeah,
we know,
well, again, you
with
go to
9/11.
personality traits,
If we
that's-
should have gone to war with anybody, which we weren't going to do, it would have been Saudi Arabia, because most of the hijackers were Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
But you weren't going to do that because politically we're in bed with Saudi Arabia.
yeah, to a certain extent, I guess. You know.
No, you're not going to go to be in bed with any of the Saudi Arabian women, I guarantee you that.
How many of you guys like to be president of the United States right now?
I would. Really? Sure. Somebody's got to do it.
I would say open up the files, buddy.
Like the
Can't
gentleman
imagine the
says,
pressure.
I would not ride in any open motor.
No.
Well, I don't mean because of the shooting. I just mean all the problems you got to deal with. I would do.
But they know that.
Yeah.
They know that going
Well,
in.
you know, Obama's young, he's intelligent, he's educated, he's been around.
No,
What
I
else has
like
he
the
got
guy.
to do
No
with his
problem.
life?
I got no problem.
You have to be that alpha personality, male or
Oh,
female, to say,
yeah. And you know how much that takes out?
I'll listen to this
They age
crap
like 8 years
for
before.
8 years.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
or-
Look at him now. I saw a picture of him when he was in the Senate. He looked like a
Every day
little
you
boy.
got to deal with something.
Now it's
If not
Obamacare.
outside the U.S.,
Yeah.
it's within the U.S. and in your own government.
Yeah.
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 Hey guys, well, I enjoyed talking.
All right, man. Where you here from?
I'm from L.A.
I'm from San Diego.
Oh, are you? Are you here just for this?
Yeah.
Are you just?